Well, we are back.
Hey.
And Randy has now called this part of the show Time with Helen in the Hot Seat.
Nice.
Not that I'm going to ask you any questions that are going to totally embarrass you or anything.
Okay.
But I do have your buddy Alan Litt here, and he's going to co-host with me tonight in asking questions, and you have to answer them.
Keep remembering, I know where you live.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think he does.
I don't think I do.
No,
I made that up. Not very good at throwing it.
Now, again, what is your hometown?
So it's kind of convoluted, but my dad was in the Air Force, and I was actually born in Casablanca, Morocco, at the Nassour Air Force Base, and then he got stationed in Omaha, Nebraska. So, spent
big difference.
Big difference, yeah. But I was there for 9 months in Casablanca. I don't remember it much.
No. You're just a wee little thing.
Nah, that's a wee little thing. And then I left Omaha when I was 21. So came to Texas. So.
And here you are, and you met your lovely bride, and you had your family, and you've got grandkids, and life is good.
5 grandkids.
Now, let me ask you, have you retired from the regular job, or are you still working?
I actually now, I'm kind of, sort of. I tried to semi-retire in 2019, and then the pandemic kind of said, wake up. So.
Yeah.
But
I missed everybody out.
Yeah. But I think I'm okay. I mean, I don't. It's hard for me to retire.
Yeah,
I feel like
your music keeps you busy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you had gone to Nashville.
Yes.
And you had recorded some music there. Tell us about that session, how all that went.
Kevin McKendry is the owner of the Rock House out there, and he is a wonderful, wonderful man, and he just made us sound so good. I mean, they stuck me in a room. I played my guitar. I got to sing. We were just there for 2 days, but he's amazing, and he's a Grammy Award winner. He is with Delbert McClinton album, and it was just. I mean, I've already talked to him, but I want to go back and do some more.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's phenomenal. Really is.
Neat.
Yeah.
So have you gone to Nashville and worked with any other songwriters, co-writing or doing any of those workshops?
No, I have not. I do have a friend, and of course Lindsay helps me sometimes clean up some stuff, where I should put this and that. But I haven't really. Kevin was probably the closest I've collaborated with, but I've pretty much been on my own.
You're a solo kind of guy.
Yeah. I like it this way. No.
Yeah. Well, what about you and Alan here?
I met Alan at the Sons of Herman's Hall years ago, and it's been 20 years now, maybe. Yeah.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were like 12.
Yeah.
Now, have you two
I didn't say I haven't aged very well, have I?
I wasn't going to say that.
I'm sorry.
Have the two of you played together?
We have, yeah. Alan's actually on one of my CDs. He played drums and bass on some of my songs. On the second CD called, what's it called? Self-Portrait. That's my album, yeah.
Okay.
And
Three, Ron?
I have 3 CDs, yeah. So
and you could buy these CDs?
you can buy them, yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't have it in their cars anymore, or homes, but you can certainly do it digitally very easily. So.
Yep, and I know a lot of people, or a lot of the artists that have come here, being that not everybody has a CD player in their car.
Right.
They do the flash drives, and they can put a lot more music on a flash drive and charge more money for them, so that it's just a win-win.
That's good.
That's food for thought.
My wife makes fun of me because she's drove my car a while back, and she's like, "I was listening. You have 3 CDs in your car," and I said, "They're all of you."
Well, of course.
What are you, a narcissist?
Your favorite artist.
I said, "Well, when I'm not listening to me, I do. I stream in the car. So, but yeah. So."
Very nice. Well, I mean,
You never know. Yeah.
It keeps you fresh with your songs and your lyrics, too, because, as a writer, you write so much stuff, and to remember it all, especially the older we get, right?
Right.
So it's good to listen to your stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So, Ron,
Yes, sir.
I notice when you write, most of your songs have come from like a real deep place, you know, like,
Mhm.
I don't want to say pain, but it sounds like, you know, you work your way out of situations and stuff.
Yeah.
So when you write, do you write like from a personal standpoint, or are you making this stuff? You know, some writers just come up with it, or are you writing from a personal standpoint, or where does that come from?
That's a good question. Sometimes it's cathartic to get stuff out, you know, of your body. And like that last song I just wrote, that was kind of, you know, I thought something was going one way, but it really turned out okay. But it felt like, so getting that out there, in fact, and I did write a song about my parents. So I think growing up and the difficulties of, you know, growing up in the 60s and 70s with insane. I love my parents. Anyway, but
Yeah.
it was just pretty cathartic. And I think probably I do more so than I realize. Yeah.
Very healthy. It's kind of healthy to get,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
share it. Let's say
Right.
share it.
It is kind of interesting. I remember years ago, Sting was talking about it too. How when his dad died, he got really
Oh yeah,
kind of into his music. Was pretty.
yeah. I mean,
It was dark, but
Fields
yeah,
of,
yeah.
Fields of Gold is about his parents.
Yeah, I just, you know, so many different artists, so many different variations of songs, and I don't know where to go. Just how I write what I feel. So, most of
Well, and you know, most of the time, if you're feeling that way, there's others that can relate and they can feel the same way. It may not be the exact same, but the crux of it's understandable.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
I think is the key to good songwriting. When people can relate to the feelings you're emoting. Or whatever.
Sure,
Yeah,
Very good.
definitely.
yeah, cool.
So, getting back to your family and your kids and your grandkids, I know your grandsons or those two
Yes.
are definitely sports minded and into baseball, and they're making it big in baseball. Do you have any of your family that is into music like you are in songwriting?
Well, here's an interesting story. My dad is my second cousin. Is actually Don Gibson. Do you know who Don Gibson is?
Baseball player?
No, that's Bob Gibson. Don Gibson wrote songs like "I Can't Stop Loving You." That guy. Yeah, he wrote for Patsy Cline. So my grandmother's brother's son is Don Gibson. So if you ever look him up or Google him, so I'm related to him.
Okay.
My brother Chad Sexton is in a band called 311, and they're touring everywhere. He's the drummer.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a great uncle who wrote a song called "River of No Return" from the movie, like back in the 50s or 60s. And the funny story about that was that, and of course you hear things, right? But supposedly he was paid X number of dollars, and then he got no songwriting credit.
Aw.
So if you look up the song on Google, you don't see his name
used to
anywhere.
happen a lot.
Right,
Yeah.
back in the day. Yeah.
It's like buying the rights and then you vanish.
You
and then-
vanish.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sad.
but that's
isn't
kind
it?
of my family. Yeah.
Well, then you come by it honestly, and hopefully generations down the line they'll continue doing something.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of all the venues that you have played, what would you say was your favorite and the coolest experience that you had?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know if I can. This is a really cool venue here. I love your
Well,
place
thank
here.
you.
Yeah. I mean, being able to play in front of 150 people at the Sons of Herman's Hall on stage up there. I played some stuff. I played all over the city. I did a thing in Irving a while back. I can't remember them all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What are your favorite types of places to play?
I would say the more intimate places, because of the way my music's constructed. You know,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
have to. Because when I start playing fast, sometimes I get a little finger funny. You know? And sometimes I think my voice is better suited to more ballad style, which I don't know that for sure, but you have to be the judge of that. So,
Okay.
but I think I don't mind playing in front of 100 people. You know, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We find like the listening rooms and the wineries, they just seem to be more of a match for the singer-songwriters. And,
Yeah,
you know, you go into a bar and they want to hear covers, and that's just not who we
Very
are.
true.
So,
Yeah, I've done a few coffee shops and pizza places. So. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, anywhere you can get your songs heard is
That's
a
the
good
thing.
place to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Agreed. Oh, and lately we've been doing Cafe Bohemia up there in
yeah,
Plano.
Plano.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Evie's got a great place up there. Yeah. So.
Okay.
there's your singer-songwriters.
Yeah. So
Very nice place.
I've done a couple of Saturday nights for her, performed.
What's
so.
the name of it? Cafe?
Cafe Bohemia. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever take any voice lessons, or do you just come natural to that voice?
I never took voice
Do you
lessons.
sound like anybody else in your family, or are you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
You know, my dad played the guitar too, but
But I mean, your singing is just, I mean, it's very, I think it's, a standout.
Thank you. No, I never took any lessons. Just.
Just that gift from God he got there.
Yes. Yes. I hate him more now.
If you could go to dinner with any musician, past or present, who would you choose?
John Lennon, Paul McCartney, for
Yeah.
starters. Boy, I don't know. That's I would say Dylan. I would certainly go with Dylan. That's a good question.
Would you say that those people are really influential in your music and your writing style?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I grew up listening to the Beatles. I mean, the first album my dad ever gave me was the Beatles album. So,
Yeah.
and he gave me a Monkees album too. So,
Okay.
I stuck
So
to
what
the
was the first song you learned to play on a guitar?
you're gonna laugh.
Smoke on the Water.
Close. But I don't think I can do it anymore. It was the Batman theme. Do 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 do.
Oh, yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
And then I played. And then I learned Puff the Magic Dragon. And then I learned the first three songs were the Ballad of the Green Beret. Remember that one? Put silver wings on my son's chest. Yeah. So those are the first songs I learned when I was young. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Child of the '60s,
Knowing those children's songs, though, and things like that, you have a market for that because there are a lot of schools that will bring in a singer-songwriter to, like for a music class or anything like that. They'll have a little get-together in their auditorium and bring in a songwriter and a musician, and
That's great.
they can play for the kids, and the
love
kids
that.
can ask you questions and all that. So
Cool. That's a great idea. Yeah.
So you might want to check that out.
I did. That reminds my cousin did something similar to that. You just reminded me that he was doing a for the don't say no to drugs thing. He lived in Vegas, so he'd tour around and do those. So,
okay.
Yeah, but
Very
I
cool.
don't know what he played, but that's what he would do. So.
Ron, I know you just came out of like a recording session.
Yeah.
So, tell us how that went. How was that process?
So we had right outside the door. I was in this tiny room, and right outside the door was the drum kit, and then Kevin was in the studio, and John was in the studio. So we would just do the countdown, and we played it live. Yeah.
Everybody played at the same
Everybody
time?
played at the same
Recorded?
time. Yeah, and then I played the guitar by myself 4 or 5 times, and then I had to sing the song probably like 10 times.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Did
without the band at that
you
point.
enjoy that process?
It was a very interesting process. Yeah, that's what I'm
Scary?
saying. I don't think it was scary. It was pretty enjoyable though. Yeah, it was pretty. It was just the whole process. And then when I left later because when he finished up on Friday, I was going to stay the night in Nashville, and I thought, I just want to go home. I'm tired, ready to go home. And he's sending me the songs that he's kind of got rough copies of, and I'm on my phone, and I'm trying to drive home from Nashville by myself.
That's good.
Anyway, let me tell you something. The time went by really fast, and I'm like, holy crap, this is my song.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job on it.
That's
This
great.
guy is phenomenal.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So if a young songwriter came to you today and said, I'm kind of at a crossroads. My parents want me to go to college and they want me to be a doctor, but I love music and I want to be a singer-songwriter and I want to travel all over the world and this be my career. What would you tell them?
That's a good question. You know, I mean, I can only relate this to my father because he was an okay singer, phenomenal guitar player. But I think at a certain point, if you're not going to make it, it's time to, think about your family, and it's hard, And in our industry, sometimes it's not always what you know, it's who you know, and getting in front of people, and like those shows like The Voice and American Idol, those are all great, and if you can get in front of that audience, and there's amazing talent out there. So
absolutely.
I would say, go to schools, go to music schools and learn the best you can learn. I mean, be top of your class. That'll get you quicker, I think,
Oh, yeah.
So, absolutely,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say be a doctor.
Helen said be a doctor. Yeah.
If you want to eat, be a doctor. But,
Well,
then be a songwriter when you're 60.
But what if you get discovered and then you'll be a powerhouse?
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah, we don't have that crystal ball. I wish we did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, no, if I wished, I didn't really start again. I mean, I started playing, it was time off and on, so, I quit for a while. Then 18, I played for a little bit, and then family, and then all of a sudden,
you had to go to work.
Yeah, I'm 35, 40, and I picked the guitar back up. So, yeah.
I know you're more of a solo artist, and you prefer it that way. Did you ever, in your youth, play with a band or in bands?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
Can I cuss?
Sure, you can cuss. You say whatever you want.
Kind of a pain in the ass, actually.
Yeah.
It's hard to, if you're not doing gigs, it's hard to keep people focused. So there's a certain, like I have a good friend, and he plays a lot of solo gigs, but even he got to a point where he can't do it anymore because it's just not there. But he would have band members come along, and he had everybody, so he had his name, and the name of his band was his name and the Somebodies.
Right.
Okay. Because he just didn't know who he was playing with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do because bands are so interchangeable because they're hard to keep together.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think there's a uniqueness too. Like, if you, about musicians, we know what key you're in, so it's kind of funny when you're sitting around a jam, you're like, okay, I'm in the key of E. Okay, I can follow that. So that's the thing that makes it easy, right? So,
yeah.
That's the beauty of the language.
It's the language. Yeah, that's a good language. Yeah.
Yeah. Music makes the world go round. What can you say?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it saves a lot of people too.
It does. It really does. And as he said, it's very cathartic. It's good therapy.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay anybody to listen to it.
Well, especially sometimes when you write a song and then you're trying to sing it and you're crying through it while you're singing it. That definitely fixes.
Well, that tells you it's.
Yeah.
And when you see others being affected the same way, that's the biggest compliment ever.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I've had people come up to me and have said I've made them cry, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I was so bad. They're like, no, you weren't bad.
You touched their heart.
You touched their heart. Yeah.
And that's what we like to do.
And as a musician, I think it's important that we acknowledge that, because people are human. They want to feel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So have you thought about touring within the United States or in Europe at all?
No.
Not anything that would interest you or that you have a burning desire to do.
I mean, you never say no. You know. I think there's a lot of moving parts that I'd have to put together. So, but yeah.
Alan will go with you.
Alan will go with me.
Well,
you can carry my bags.
Okay.
No, it's funny. I would love that. That would be awesome. But it has to be. For me, it would have to be. I don't want to sound. I'm trying to say like worth it, maybe.
There has to be. A financial advantage for you to do that, absolutely, because it costs a lot of money to go all around the place and overseas especially, and
Yeah.
Although overseas really dig American music.
Yeah.
They
In fact, do you
do.
remember Annika? We had a lady that was coming out of the Herman's Hall, and she's from, I want to say, Holland, right? Brussels, actually. And her brothers came down to the hall, and they're singing, and we were playing, and they're like, "You come to Brussels, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll do a jam there." And they started doing jams over there, kind of mimicking what we do here in the States. a
Oh,
little
isn't
bit.
that nice?
They loved it, and they tell me to come over. So I need to
Yeah.
I need to go to Brussels. And
No kidding. That
Yeah.
would be fun. It'd be a good little vacation,
that would
too.
be a great vacation. Yeah.
And if you play any music, you can just write it off and say it was business.
I do.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. We're planting the seeds.
Okay.
You ready to
Okay.
carry them bags?
I do have a limit of 2 bags.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
You'll have to fly coach. I'm sorry, Al.
I think Ron knows he'll end up carrying me.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Nothing like good friends, huh?
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, Ron, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever busked?
A what?
Busked.
Busk?
Basically, go on a street corner, open your guitar case so people can put tips in it, and you play on the street. And people come by and they pay, and they give you tips.
Wow.
I think you.
Since I didn't know the term, I've never done that. No.
I think
No.
you would. I tell you.
I haven't done it, but I'd like to. I think
Oh,
it'd be
yeah.
kind of
Should we-
fun.
Oh yeah.
Should we try it sometime?
Huh?
Should we try it sometime?
I think you
Well,
should.
I would, not me.
Not
Yeah.
you?
Like
Crazy,
you.
I would do that.
I got a cajon that Gene Moore made for me you can borrow.
Yeah, you can do the cajon.
I would do that with you.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
have a cajon too.
I'll do it with 2 cajons. But
I'd
yeah,
like to see that.
I think you'd really. I think you'd really. I mean, you just get right up there. People just right there. You
Yeah.
know. You know. I wouldn't do it because I don't sound like you.
Right.
But I think if you were on the corner, because I know some people that do it. That's a good way to get recognition and spread out your CD or whatever you get out anymore. But
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
it's also free
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickest way of
till the
getting
cops
paid.
come.
Yes.
It is. And, you know, you never know what's going to come from it. So a lot of people, we've played and had people come to us and hire us to do a party at their house, you know, like a birthday party or a, bash of some kind. And
Wow. Okay.
it was lucrative. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
put yourself out there. Absolutely.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you how wonderful it was to have you back here in the
Thank
music
you
room.
again. Yeah.
We have really, really enjoyed it.
So did I.
And
Thank you.
And Helen and I really appreciate you coming.
yeah, we do. And thank
we
you,
wish
Alan.
we wish Randy was here. But
Yeah, he's back there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Well, anyway, Alan, great having you sit in
thank
with
you so
me.
much,
Thank
Helen.
you.
Thank you.
And great having you here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, all you listeners. You are in the music room.
Hey. Picked up my first bats when I was just a child. You right then and it made me smile. What just happened? What just happened? I don't know. I'm gonna give this a try. Me and my brother, together we played baseball each and every day. I know it's okay, you can go ahead and sigh, but baseball will be with me for the rest of my life. I got baseball in my blood. I'm a lucky man, you see. Few people on this earth are as lucky as me. I got baseball in my blood. lucky man, you see. You people on this earth are as lucky as me. I got baseball in my blood. I'm a lucky man, you see. You people on this earth are as lucky as me. Got baseball in my blood. I'm a lucky man, you see. You people on this earth are as lucky as me. Me and my brother playing baseball for eternity.
Very nice. American as apple pie, that song is.
Thank you. Look at me, looking at you. Look at me, looking at you. I try to turn away, I don't mean to stare. You touch my hand, tell me it's okay. Look at you, looking at me. Look at you, looking at me. Where does this take us? Let the journey begin. Only time will tell. I want to be there forever then. Is this our moment? Can this be? Where does this take us? Let the journey begin. Only time will tell. I want to be there forever then. Is this our moment? Can this be? Look at me, looking at you. Look at you, looking at me. Thank you. All my knowledge couldn't fill this room, so I won't even try. All my heroes are fading away. Time is passing by. But here I stand, here I stay. I'm not going away, I'm not going away. Sometimes we fight, sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's nonsense, it's always enough. You think it's easy, give it a try. It takes years of practice, it's not easy to buy. If I told you to be strong, to get along, make sure the world knows you are here, sing it in a song. But here I stand, here I stay, I'm not going away, I'm not going away. Sometimes we fight, sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's nonsense, it's always enough. Here I stand, here I stay, I'm not going away, I'm not going away.
Yeah.
Thank you. The look of tenderness, it's written on your face. Love is there, always clear, never be erased. Look of tenderness, always warm, soft and safe. And through the years, hardships and tears never left your face. They always said this would never last. We laughed and cried and loved 40 years past. Look of tenderness, always warm, soft and safe. And through the years, hardships and tears never left your face. Now there's kids, grandkids, another on the way. And the bond grows stronger with each passing day. Look of tenderness, always warm, soft, and safe. And through the years, hardships and tears have never left your face. Look of tenderness, always warm, soft, and safe. And through the years, hardships and tears never left your face.
Very nice.
Here I stand, wishing I could hold your hand. You look back at me, that's how it's going to be. All I ask is for a little empathy. I didn't think it would end so quickly. It's quite a shock to me. Try to enjoy every moment. Take care of the ones you love. Take care of the ones you love. Make peace. I have to tell you, I'm gonna miss you, dear. How I love you, can I make that clear?